Hello and welcome, or welcome back to Coffiko Crossing. I'm Sarah, and today we are continuing our villager houses. So we're moving on to Erik's cabin. We're going to give him a super cute, cozy cabin on a clifftop. Say that 5 times fast. So let's go ahead and get our terraforming gear on, and let's get started. Today we are coming in strong with the terraforming. The terraforming in this, it's a lot. I did extend this cliff all the way back, and it's not necessarily in direct connection with Erik's house, but it needed to be done, so I did it. But I'm going to just finish extending this cliff side, and then I'm gonna move over and make a cliff for Erik. And yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces in this build. I'm moving Nook's Cranny, I'm moving Erik's house, I'm building inclines. There's just a lot going on in this build. So I'm just going to let you guys watch. So as you can see, I've built my little holding area for all of my trees and bushes and different things that I use on my build. But the closer we get to finishing this island, the closer I get to not having the space for that anymore. So usually I would have the area a bit more clear and flattened, but I just didn't have the space for that on this one, so I kind of had to just move it around as I went. So I just went ahead and placed Erik's house, and I wanted to put some trees around it just to kind of get an idea of what it was going to look like. And then I continued the terraforming. I wasn't sure exactly how much space I wanted around Erik's house, and I wanted to kind of visualize it. I've tried doing it where I just put the little paving squares down just to mark the spot, and then working around it before I actually place the house. And I feel like every time I do that, it just throws me off a little bit. I can't visualize it. I have to actually see it physically there. And yes, it sometimes does cost more bells because sometimes I have to move things multiple times. But for me, that's just how it works in my head. And so that's typically what I do. So now I'm just building up the spot where I want my incline to go, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it placed so that I can move to the next day, because I just really like to be able to see my inclines. I like to be able to see my houses before I start placing things, because I feel like if I can't see it first, it just throws me off a little bit and it doesn't look quite right whenever I do actually have the house there or the incline there, whatever the thing may be. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue a little bit more terraforming and even some things out before I move to the next day so that we can see how everything looks. One final glance and I decide to go ahead and move forward. So now we're here and we have our house and we have our incline, and now I'm just gonna start working on making it a woodsy, cozy, hidden away cabin sort of feel. I decided to use bamboo this time. I haven't actually used bamboo in very many of my builds. I think maybe once or twice I've used it, but I really just liked a little bit of the different feel with it, so I decided to use it this time. So now I can just finish filling out a few more trees and then get ready to do some pathing. One thing that I'm learning as I'm designing more and more is my tree placement. I feel like I do better when I place all my trees before, so that I can have an idea of what's going to be visible and what's not, and how full it's going to be, because I love like a very woodsy, full vibe on my island. But I'm noticing that it is making me struggle more and more with my pathing because my trees are blocking my view. So I'm still trying to figure out a balance there on kind of what's the best way to do that. So if you have any tips or suggestions as I'm going, please leave them in the comments. I'm always open to hearing kind of what you guys do or what helps you with that type of thing. So I went ahead and just extended the cliff by Erik's house a bit. I placed Nook's Cranny, and I wanted to make sure that there was plenty of space to still decorate some up on Erik's cliff. And so yeah, I just went ahead and extended that, and now I can see what's going to be visible from there and what's not, and that helps me out so much. So now I'm just going to continue decorating this whole area and make it look nice and full and cute and cozy. I decided that I was going to just fence this off just to give him a little more privacy with his little bathtub area over here. I thought it would look really cute and kind of divide the area from Nook's Cranny up to the villager house and just kind of separate it off a little bit since they're quite close together. And don't worry, I am going to round off that cliff. I feel like the more my island develops as it's going, it's turning from cottagecore much more into a cottagecore, farmcore, autumncore hybrid. All the core. It's a blend. It's not one thing. So it's kind of just morphing as I'm going. So I was wanting this to be sort of like an outdoor bath situation with like his robe and slippers or something like that, but they ended up not looking how I wanted them to look. I was looking for maybe a towel rack type of deal, but the only ones we have are the wall-mounted ones for inside houses. So I didn't have anything exactly to put there. It ended up looking good with just the wood pile there. I'm very practical when it comes to my items. I'm like, what are they using this for? Why is this there? Does it make sense? So that's just kind of how I am with my builds. But yeah, we're coming to the end of this one, and here is the final product. It's just super simple. I'm probably gonna go back in as I finish up and add a couple more little details, but that's it for today, and I hope that you guys liked this. If you haven't already, then please subscribe and hit that like button if you liked this video. It really helps out the channel and I appreciate it so much. Well, that's it for this video today, and we will see you next time. Bye!